we are at Saturday Racing, and I'm Gary. I'll be serving as your race committee today, and we have winds out of the southeast, supposedly at 16 miles an hour, but doesn't look like it's gotten there yet. So we're going to sail windward leeward courses with an offset mark that looks something like that. Welcome to Saturday Racing. It's October 25th. 2019, and we have winds out of the southeast at about 45 seconds to go. Windward leeward course. I like how the blue boat getting set up on the line. 35 seconds, but they better slow down. You know, do zigzag turns. That'll slow you down because otherwise they could be too early for their start. Okay, there's 20 seconds to go. And in the last 10 or 15 seconds, you want to try and accelerate to max speed so you're hitting that line going as fast as you can. 4 seconds, 2, 1. All clear. And looks like Barbie probably won the start. On the line, going fast. Filbert's a little late. And now Cashew's not looking too bad. But it all depends on where the wind shifts. If it goes to the right, Cashew's going to make out like a bandit. If it goes to the left, Barbie's going to win. So we'll see. And Filbert has got that boat in the groove. Now, you know, when you're overpowered and you start heeling way over like that, you have to either ease your traveler, or if you don't have a traveler, like these boats don't have a traveler, you do what's called vang sheeting. So you just pull that vang in really tight, and when you ease the main, it acts the same way as if you had a traveler. And in these heavier winds, the best sailors I know just play your mainsail constantly to keep a constant angle of heel. So you would probably want to keep about a 15-20 degree heel. So when you get a gust, you ease the main to relieve the pressure and not heel over too far. When the wind lulls, you would trim it back in, and that's how you control your heel angle. Alright, so Filbert's got their main out too far. They need to get that in. And the blue boat tacked over and is almost laying the mark. They just need to get that jib in, get that boat moving. Alright, let's see what happens. Here we are at the weather mark. So Filbert overlaid, but it looks like they're going to get around first. And now Barbie's going to tack in front of Cashew, which is totally legal unless they force the boat with a yellow sail to go above close haul course to avoid a collision. So it looks like everything was legal there. And the fleet will sail around this turning mark and run down to the finish. Looks like there's a south to north current setting the blue boat from left to right. Now, if you're having trouble laying the mark, if you put some more heel on the boat and trim your sails in tight, you can usually get another 3 to 4 degrees pointing ability. And so their main's not in all the way. It really needs to be in. And before you try and shoot the wind like they're doing, you should actually bear off a little bit to get the momentum to get around it, because you see that now they've hooked the buoy on their keel, and which can be messy. Oh, now the rudder's hooked. And that's not fast. Okay, now they're free. So let's see happens. Here we are at the start of race number 2 with 55 seconds to go. And the other end of the line is favored. This buoy has dragged. So you want to start on the other end. If you can, 40 seconds. And I like the way this boat is tacked around. They are heading to leeward. They're in a controlling position right now because the windward boats must stay clear of the leeward boats. And this boat here is to windward of the yellow boat, so they got to be careful. 15 seconds. There's 10. And I think they should have just dipped instead of tacked. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Oh, clear. And I think Celia got the best start. Yeah, if Barbie would have just slowed down and then dipped below the line, they'd be just right next to Celia right now. But now they're pretty far back, and it's hard to recover. So what they should do now is do a Hail Mary. Tack over to the other side, hope to get a shift to the right and make up the shortfall. Celia is still in the lead, and Filbert's right next door. It looks like there is a little current from left to right, so you have to overlay the mark to compensate. So the blue boat may not lay the mark, but I think there's enough wind to keep the momentum going of the others to make it around. Right now, I mean the yellow boat, you need to trim that main end, and you need to get a little heel on to make it, but they're not going to make it, so they'll have to throw in a tack. So Filbert's going to round first. And when you do these little short tacks like this, you need to make sure before you throw in that second tack that you've gotten the momentum going so you can make it through that tack. Alright, so here's Barbie, and looks like they're just going to squeak by. And the blue boat didn't quite lay it. Ooh, you got to ease those sails out. Yeah, if you don't ease the main, because the rudders are small on these boats, they won't turn downwind because of the pressure the aft edge of the main is exerting on the boat. It makes it want to weather vane into the wind. Takes the honors, followed by Celia, then Barbie and Paul. Here we are at the start of race number 3. And the wind's increased a little bit to about 16, 17. And the boats really should be reefed, but we're going to have one more race. 40 seconds to go. Alright, so I like the way he's doing these big S turns. and he's protecting his position. He doesn't want to get too far down the line. And so now this boat has to be careful, because if they're to windward of the blue boat, they do not have rights. They have to stay clear. 10 seconds. I like how they're coming in with a big head of steam. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All clear. And Celia probably won the start, because even though they all look even, if any of the others tacked over, they would have to duck the stern of Celia because of the port starboard rule. So now Celia just needs to trim their main end and feather the boat into the wind a little bit. See, they're not pointing as high as Filbert. So Filbert's now moving into the lead. Day out here. But when I see they're sailing over into the knot, which means the wind went to the right, which is going to favor the course to the right. And if it holds, Celia and Filbert may want to just tack in this knock, because it looks like the other tack is favored. Here we are at the weather mark, and Filbert's been doing a good job thus far of keeping that boat in the groove and really just sailing faster than everybody else. And here comes Celia. Paul's been having some kind of rig problem, not sure what, but that could be slowing him down. Filbert's number 1, Celia's number 2, Barbie 3, and Paul 4. Will the crew of Filbert please come forward? Thank you. There you go. We don't skip on awards around here. All right, winner for October 26th, 2019. See you next week.